Hello everyone. I'm here a little bit early. Whoever pops in first, if you can let me know if you can hear me okay.
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
One moment. Hello. Yes. Yes, this is Brandy. Yes. Okay. Okay. He does have one dose left, so that's not a big deal if it's going to be a couple weeks. He has one dose left. Yeah. Yeah. He did, yes. He did. He missed one. He just forgot. He did, yes. Yeah. Okay. That would be something you'd have to talk to Dave about. If he has Fridays off, is there any possibility you could call back on Friday? Sure, it can be to this number. He'll be with me. Okay, perfect. Oh, doesn't she? Okay. He works he works Monday to Thursday and he's out of town and out of cell phone range. So but on the 7th he is working from home. I don't know if that would help. You bet. I can talk to him about it as well. Okay. Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Okay. No problem. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye-bye. Sorry about that, you guys. That was my pharmacist calling about one of Dave's prescriptions, so I couldn't just not answer it. Oh no, Cheryl. Yeah, no, we are on. Our times changed back in September to 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock Pacific time. So we've already cut it out. We did that last class. So today, when we get started, the plan is to get all of the exterior panels together so homework can be interfacing them, because I'm pretty sure we can get this all done by Thursday. Again, I apologize that I was on the phone when you guys came on. It rang as soon as I went live, and I can't end the feed, right? So, and of course it was the pharmacist, so I had to answer it. How is everybody? Did everybody down in the States have a great Thanksgiving? I hope so. So we got Diane, Cheryl, Frankie. Okay, and who is sewing along with me today? Diane, are you making another one today with us? I know you finished yours. Cheryl is going to be cutting and watching. You ate too much? Again, I apologize about last Thursday. I did not realize it was Thanksgiving. Up here in Canada, we do Thanksgiving in October, so it has put us a little bit behind with me being sick the 1 week. Strep throat's gone. My voice is completely back, as you can see, but I lost my voice completely for 4 days. It was terrible. Couldn't talk. Oh, Diane's making a trailblazer and watching today. I do know Frankie is here. Frankie, were you going to be sewing with us today? I know Cynthia is going to be when she gets here. We'll just give it a few minutes for, I guess it isn't quite 3 o'clock yet. See, it serves me right for going on a little bit early, and then my phone rings. I swear. I'm kind of preparing to. So, the very first thing we are going to start with is the turn lock tab. Because I should get all that ready too. We are going to edge paint it at the same time today because at the very end of the class, we want to be able to attach that. So, I have a plan in my head. I'm hoping it all goes as planned. I'm going to make sure I have all of my edge coating stuff here and ready to go. I'm off camera. Oh, you guys can kind of see me, I guess. Let me just grab my edge paint here. Black. And my protecting glass. Okay, I have everything situated over here for that. Hey! Is the sound okay? Is the lighting okay? It's super dark outside for some reason. It's overcast. I wonder if that means we're going to get some snow. She phoned right when I was starting to get things ready to go, so I'm feeling a little flustered right now. So my Alexandra, I took it to market on the weekend and it was the first bag that sold. It's gone. God. So this is a good one. A really, really good one. Just give it a few more minutes, then we will get going. Diane, you sold yours as well? Yay, good for you for getting it done early so you could sell it too. It's a fantastic bag. I seriously am thinking if I find time this month, I'm going to be making myself one in leather. I have this beautiful kind of bluey, turquoisey, tealy type of leather that I've been hoarding for 2 years. And I think it's going to be the perfect bag. It'll be my next bag. I've been carrying my high rate bag for, well, since that pattern came out. What was that, 2 years ago? It was a bag of the month bag. So, yeah, I don't change out my purses very often. I have this, I curled my hair and I have this really funky curl right here that's bugging me. Oh, well, look quite blend in. Let me just message Cynthia. Make sure.
Hey, Brandy.
Oh, of course Dave is saying that. One sec. Turn off my sound of my phone. I'm going to message Cynthia. Dave says, do you have time for a quick call? Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm just messaging a few people that I know are making this with us to make sure they're joining us. Oh, Cynthia's having a hard time getting in. Frankie, are you making this one with us? Cynthia has 2 accounts, so okay, I'm just going to give Cynthia a couple minutes to try to figure out what's going on. Okay, hopefully she figures it out. You guys still hear me okay? I feel like I lost everybody. Again, sorry, I don't know why all of a sudden my phone is so busy. Okay, well, I'm going to get things prepared. Hopefully Cynthia can get in. So if you're doing this along with me, you can go ahead while we wait and pull out our tab pieces. Where are you? Now I am doing the raw edge tab. If I can find it. So many pieces. There it is. Perfect. Dave says hi, everybody. He's texting me. He's like decided he has to allocate the spending account for work to things for me to be able to access, and he's asking me where I want it allocated right now. I'm like, bad timing, dear. Bad timing. Okay, well, hopefully Cynthia can get in there. Can't give it too much more time as we are far behind. Yay, Cynthia, you found it. Perfect. I waited for you. I didn't see if Frankie was making this with us. So we're going to go at a relatively good pace here. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys to help me set the pace. So if I do get going too fast, I'm going to turn another light on here. Please do let me know if I am going too fast. We have lots to get through. Again, goal today, even if we run a little bit over, is to get all the exterior pieces together so we can do interfacing for homework. And then on Thursday when we come back, also there will be homework of doing your lining pockets the way you like to do them, because we all do them differently, so that'll be homework as well. And then on Thursday we will come in and we will finish putting the exterior together. We'll do the zipper panel, the lining, which is super easy, and then putting it all together the second hour, and we should be able to have it done within the 2 classes. This one, if I wasn't teaching it or like just going and sewing with my music and doing my thing, would probably be about a 6 to 7 hour cut to finish sew for me. So about a day's worth of sewing. All right, are we ready to go? Okay, let me put this down to the table. Okay, so I have grabbed out, Cynthia, are you doing the raw edge tab connector? Or are you doing the birthed one, the turned one? So I do have my edge paint here because I want to get this edge painted while we are working, so we can put it on at the very, very end, because it is something that we are going to have to put onto that front pocket before we put the whole exterior together. So, okay, so if you're doing a turned one of these, you will have this and a lining piece all cut out. You'll have your deckable heavy or your heavy stabilizer outside of the seam allowances and a 1/2 inch up from the bottom as per the pattern pieces. You would put them right sides together, sew along here with the seam allowance. I gotta pull out my instructions, my goodness. And then you would turn it. Hi Wanda. Wanda, are you making this one with us? For this one, I'm doing the raw edge one. So on this main piece, I'm going to take some double-sided tape, put it onto the back. Oh my gosh. stick it down right sides together with the scrap piece that we had for the opposite side, like that. And then we're going to sew around here with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance top stitch. So let's go ahead and do that. Then we can get this edge painted, and then we can start on that card slot part while we wait for this to dry. So let me just flip it over here. Hope you're doing well, Wanda. Now you can see my room is really dark in this corner. It's dark outside today, my goodness. So I may have to get some more lights here. All right, so I'm just going to double check that because I changed up my thread today, I want to make sure that my tension is good, because on an industrial, always have to do it just in case. Like, it changes all the time on an industrial for some reason, depending on what you're sewing with. So whenever I change my thicknesses on my vinyls, I always double check, and I can see I need to tighten it a bit. This is the one thing about industrials that's frustrating. The only thing, I think. The rest is pretty awesome. So I'm just going to adjust it. I should have done this before, but again, my phone rang. Double check that. Still go tighter. Oh my goodness. Of course, I went from a text 90 thread to a text 70, so it's really thrown off. Okay, we're good now. Okay, so again, I'm going to go around the one that we had already cut out with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance. All the way around the perimeter. I'm going to just double check. I think I can tighten it up even more. My goodness. I think I have a very loosely wound bobbin, and that's my problem. It's not a quite full bobbin. And remember that this stitching will show, now I'm too tight, on both sides of this. So you want to get it nice. Okay. I use Deckable Heavy, Cheryl. Now in the pattern, she just slides it in, but I mean, for this, you can't just slide it in really. I think she used Deckable Light in the pattern. I prefer mine. I always put the Deckable Heavy in there because of my turn lock. I need a little extra something for it to be able to hold on to. So I'm just going to kind of burn my stitches here a little bit. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to cut around as close to that stitching as we can. So what would that be, a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. Because you want a nice and even edge for edge painting. And this piece is so fast to edge paint, and you guys are going to kind of see how I do my edge painting every day when I'm working on a bag. I edge paint as I'm making stuff and just stop and edge paint every 20 minutes until it's all done. Oopsies. Come on. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and burn all of my edges. Okay, you can see I'm a little rough there. Cynthia, are you edge painting? I'm gonna grab my edge painting stuff. I never edge paint on camera. This is gonna be crazy, but I want to get this one done. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm not edge painting along the straight edge because that's going to be sewn into the seam. I'm just going to do around these raw edges, or the curvy parts. And I always have a wet one handy. That's just to kind of clean up the messes and wipe it off. Ow. And I'm going to do my first coat of base coat dents. So I do three to four coats of these depending how much the vinyl absorbs it. Sometimes it gets really thirsty. I know with cork, sometimes I have to do a little bit more base coat because it just absorbs into it. I just use a skewer stick to do my edge coating and just drag it along it. I've gotten the expensive tools and they just didn't work for me. This is what's worked for me the best. So I kind of just wipe away the excess, use my wet wipe. You didn't buy the paint? Okay, so you guys get to watch me paint for a minute, so I'll try to do this as fast as I can. So when it goes over, like you can see it's over there, just use my finger and my wet wipe and wipe it off. And it takes about 20 minutes. Actually, this one's about 10 minutes for the first coat. And then as we get thicker, it's about 20 minutes in between coats. So, Alexa, please set 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now.
And this is my process when I do this, you guys. Okay, so I'm all edge painted all the way around the curvy edges. And I just have a ruler holder here that I use for my edge coat. Like, look how dirty this is. I set that aside for now, and then Alexa will remind me to do my second coat so I don't lose track of time. So when you're using base coat dents, always make sure you wipe the edge because it glue itself shut really easy. Oh, that's okay, Dawn. Oh my goodness, your new mixer is causing problems, is it? Okay, let me grab my instructions out so I know where I am. Again, I'm kind of thrown off just because, where are my instructions? Dave had or the pharmacy had called right when I went live. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. Let me say what page we will be on. So I want to get that front pocket done right away. Let me figure out where you are. So we just finished doing page 13. So it shows how to do it the raw edge like we have done, as well as if you are going to birth it. And now we are going to be on page 14, section D. And again, I can't give any measurements out, so you have to follow along as we go. So we want to pull out our front zipper pocket piece. Front zipper pocket piece right here. And your front center panel. I'll put this back here for now. So we get to do a zipper pocket together. We never do that either. I'm gonna have to find where I hid my zipper tape. So we're gonna need that. Okay. All right, so on the wrong side, you know what? I didn't interface that, but I'm not worried about it. Front zipper pocket. We are going to have to, if you look there, you'll see, and you're going to see me kind of doing it here, I guess. We're going to draw our little box. So you're going to measure up from the bottom as per the pattern of our, on the wrong side of our zipper, front zipper pocket piece. Okay. And then above that line, you're going to do another 1/2 inch line. And I found to get my measurement right, I just measure in 3/4 of an inch from each side. It's a little bit different than the pattern, but it worked well for me. Okay, and then from that little line that we just did on the side, you want to draw a 3/8 line just inside both of those ones, just like we do when we do zipper pockets. Hi, Kim. Kim, are you doing this one? What pieces? We want the front center panel and the front zipper pocket lining pieces. And then we're just drawing our zipper placement on the wrong side of the zip pocket piece. So let everybody catch up to that. Follow the measurements on page 14. So front zip pocket and front center panel pieces. How are you doing today, Kim? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? What did I do with my book? That's right there. Not caught up? That's okay. We're moving really fast today just because we want to get it done this week, and I have exactly what we need to get it done in time. So we may run a little bit over today. Again, I'm so sorry that I had lost my voice and had strep throat, and then last week being American Thanksgiving, it just kind of messed everything up, didn't it? Awesome. Okay, Cynthia, let me know when you're ready. And Cheryl, if you have any questions cutting things out, feel free to ask. Both myself and Diane have made this one already, so Diane can probably help a little bit too if I do not see the comment. So what this is the little zipper that I wish I had my bag to show you, but I sold it. It's the little zipper that's in the little flap is what we're working on. Excuse me. Oh, it's taking my whole lid off. I don't want, I'm making a mess. I'm a hot mess today, I think. Thank you, Diane. And again, when you guys go to catch up, if you need any help, I am in my studio Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. Just message me and reach out, and I can always help as well. So give it a couple minutes. Oh, nice. Cheryl's using her industrial for the first time. And also Cynthia just got a Juki as well and is using it for the first time. She got an 1181. So yeah, it was kind of good then because that we got delayed by 2 classes because you ladies got to get your industrials on. And this is a perfect bag to do for your first industrial. Or first bag to do on your industrial. I'm going to check while I'm waiting. I'm going to check my edge coat to see if it's dry because that first layer usually dries really fast, and it is. And I'm going to do my second layer of edge coat while I wait. Nice, Cheryl. You got the Juki 1541 or the Thor. Alexa, restart timer to 20 minutes.
You don't have a timer for 20 minutes, but there is one for 10 minutes.
Alexa, change timer to 20 minutes.
I don't know that one.
No, gosh. Alexa, restart timer to 20 minutes.
You don't have a timer for 20 minutes, but there is one for 10 minutes.
Let me try this again. Alexa, change 10-minute timer to 20 minutes.
I don't know that one.
Oh my gosh, we'll wait till it goes off and then we will just go from there. Alexa, restart timer.
Your 10-minute timer on Studio One. Restarting now.
There we go. Juki, nice. So this is my second base coat. Again, I just use my skewer and run it over the top. Wipe off any excess with my fingers and wipe it on my wet wipe. I love edge coating, and this is how fast edge coating can be. You don't have to be super neat. You wipe away the excess. It's good to go. Okay, so we'll check that one in 10 minutes. Perfect. How are we making out there? Don't swear at her. Yeah, right. Oh my goodness. Okay. She's done. Perfect. Okay. So now what we want to do is on our front center panel, I think it's called, let's find our top and bottom centers and do a small little snip. Where's my little, there they are. Kim, it takes a little bit of practice with edge painting, but you'll get better, I promise. Oh, you should have saw how much of a mess I was when I first started, and now I love edge painting. Love it. Like, I'm tempted to do some leather raw edge finish bags just so I can edge paint. I don't remember which is my right way up. I think it's this way. Okay. So now we want to measure up nice and centered. Actually, find the center of the bottom center of your lining piece as well. I don't believe I forgot to interface this piece, but I should be okay. Okay. And we are going to measure up 3/4 of an inch from the bottom of our front center panel. And I'm going to put like my 6 on my ruler is at my center mark here. So I know that's nice and centered. And then all I have to do is line my center mark up from this piece with that 6, right at that 3/4 inch mark. And then I know that my zipper pocket is nice and centered. And within that rectangle box that we had just drawn, I'm going to pin it in. And then just like we do with any zipper pocket, we're going to go ahead and we are going to sew around that rectangular box. So let's go ahead and do that. Thanks, Wanda. This is the 400 denier waterproof canvas from Sam Fabrics Creations. Okay. I'm probably going to have to loosen this up a bit. We will see. My tension is kind of out of whack today. I swear it's just one of those days. As you guys know, this is my least favorite way of making a pocket. I prefer the overlay so much better. I am not good at making pockets this way. I always do a back stitch at my rectangle corners just to make sure they are nice and secure. That's a Brandy thing. You don't have to do that. It's just in my head, it makes it better. So when you see me back stitching, that's all I'm doing. You can see because I didn't interface my lining piece, it's puckering my lining a little bit, but that's okay. It'll get straightened out. So an industrial can sew cottons as long as they are interfaced. Now this one I didn't worry about too much because I forgot to interface it because I knew I was going to be sewing it onto some waterproof canvas, which you don't have to interface. So it worked out okay. We're fine. It's all fine. Alrighty. And then we're going to go ahead and cut into that just like we do with any zipper pocket. I am sorry, it is so dark in here, you guys. Man, it's dark outside. My waterproof canvas is face up. The right sides together is what they are. So my waterproof canvas is right side up and my lining piece is right side down, or wrong side up. Right sides together. Yeah, Wanda, it's so much easier, isn't it? Awesome, Wanda. Yeah, definitely. 4 layers of base coat works well. You do it to whatever looks good. Sometimes I do 3, sometimes I do 4. It all depends on the material I'm doing, if it's absorbing it, until you get that nice perfect edge that you like to do. So, okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut into this down the line. I'm going to go in with my scissors and cut my V's out. And we can start putting in that zipper pocket, or that zipper. I know we all know how to do that. I don't think I even have my iron on. So you cut into those V's without cutting your threading, or your threads, your stitching. If I could speak English today. You ruined your strap because the tension was off? Yeah. Okay, and then you can go ahead and stuff that in and through the back. My Titan does not like to keep tension at all. It does not, but I forgive it. Okay, I'm going to go and heat up my iron because we are going to want to press this nicely. So I'm going to go heat it up and prepare my zipper, and then by then my iron will be heated. So one moment. My iron is way at the opposite end of my room. And I can't plug it into the same thing as my computer because I know you guys are all part of that class when I lost power, blew all the breakers. Words are very hard. They make sense in my brain. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to heat up, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my zipper, meaning putting my pull on. I started using these slap straps to hold, these slap bracelets to hold my zipper tape together. It works really well. So I'm just going to measure my zipper tape to be the same width as that piece. Cut it and then put my zipper pull on. Oh no, Kim. That I have to always check mine, always, when I'm changing my fabrics. Zipper pull. My handy dandy fork. Look at my messy floors. Here's my fork right here. Oh, that didn't go on straight. Usually takes me a couple tries. Nope. Amazon, these slap bracelets I actually got from Sam Fabrics Creation. She was wrapping her vinyls in them for a while, so I just took them off of all of the stuff that she sent me. I have about 5 of them, but they're working really good. Oh, Amazon has them. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to take this and I am going to flip this over and I am going to press this nice and flat. So you guys are going to get a look at my table for a little bit here because you won't see what I'm doing, but I'm just going to press this so these seams are nice and tight You guys know what to do. All right. So I'll actually put it up to face so you guys can actually, I'm going to see my messy room. So I'll be right back. Oh, Alexa off.
10-minute timer stopped on Studio
Oh my
One.
gosh. Okay, press. And I can tell you right now, mine will not look perfect because I suck at this. Can you guys hear me when I'm talking over here? I don't know. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay. So this is why I'm saving, and the coffee account is saving for a new computer, the Mac Studio computer, but it's like 3,500 Canadian dollars. But once I get that, I am going to be able to have cameras set up everywhere. Right now, I can barely run the cameras I have on my MacBook right now. But with the MacBook Studio, once I can afford to get it, I will be able to get more cameras, and I can hook one above my ironing station because I can plug my iron in over there. I just can't plug it in over here. It'll blow a fuse. And I won't have to keep switching cameras. It'll be fantastic. But I think that's a couple years away still. We've got I think we have about $700 in the coffee account so far for that. So thank you everybody that donated. That's awesome. Okay. And you could hear me. Oh no, I started your tablet. Okay. So let me know when you're there, Cynthia. And I'm going to just double check my edge paint, and it is dry. And I'm going to do another coat. This is exactly how I edge paint when I am doing a bag. I do it as I'm sewing the other parts, and then by the time I need it, it's all dry and ready to go. And seriously, it doesn't take hardly any time. I think I am going to do 4 coats on this one though. Alexa, set 20-minute timer.
20 minutes, starting now.
Sorry if that set off anybody else's Alexas. I wish we could name our Alexas different names. That would be cool. And also, for those who are new to edge painting, you will see when it was dry, I ran my finger over it, and that was seeing if it was nice and smooth. If it wasn't nice and smooth, I would have taken a nail file or some sandpaper and smoothed it out, but it went on pretty smooth, so I'm okay. But yeah, I am going to do 4, what was this? The second, this is the 3rd coat. I am going to do a 4th coat on this vinyl anyways. Come on, get off there. Did I restart my timer? Alexa, what's my timer?
You have 19 minutes left on your 20-minute timer on Studio One.
Oh well. Alexa, volume 5. She's loud. All right. How are you making out, Cynthia? Okay, double-sided tape. I started a new roll. I need to get some more from Galaxy Customs. So depending how far we get here, if we don't get through all of this, we may come back tomorrow if that works for you guys to continue. But we're going to get as far as we possibly can tonight. I'll give it another couple minutes. organization is already a disaster. And another thing, you'll know I've been at painting because I do not wear my wedding rings. I find it is so hard to get it off of my rings, so I don't wear it when I'm working. You did the zipper oh, you already put your zipper in? That's okay, Cynthia. There's really no right or wrong way. Most people prefer to close it to the left, but you're ahead of me. I better catch up then. But if it's closing to the right, that's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. It still functions. I did a bunch of Triskells, and on most of those, my zipper on the inside's going the wrong way. I just left it. Okay, so you're all done this part, Cynthia. I can just kind of power through here. Oh, I hope you mean the zipper going the wrong way, not the zipper pull going the wrong way. Okay, and then I'm going to make sure my zipper pull is going to the left or the right, whichever your preference is. There's really no right or wrong. Put this over top. And I can see some of my lining there, but we're going to say that's some faux piping color there. Because I didn't press it very good. But it still looks good. Nice pop of gray coming through there. Okay, and I can kind of put this down. Stick it down with my tape, nice and close to that zipper. And then we're going to go ahead and top stitch all the way around there. Make sure, I knew I have almost an empty bobbin here, and it is pretty much empty. Change up my bobbin. I had 2 partial bobbins that I want to use up, so that is what we have done. And that'll probably throw my tension off again, but that's okay. We'll see what it does. Okay. So I'm going to pull my threads long so I can tie my threads off in the back. Again, you can back stitch if you prefer. If you're not tying your threads off in the back, make sure you are back stitching good. And you have your lining piece. You can see how it's open this way and this way. Otherwise, you will sew it shut, and we don't want to do that. That's my tension. It's okay. Good. Very good, Golden. Okay, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and pull that bobbin thread to pull my top thread through. Make sure everything is sitting where it needs to and continue on my way. I guess we probably could have put a little teeny tiny zipper overlay in here. Maybe I'll do that on mine because this is really not my favorite way of doing zippers. I'm messy with them. I just have no patience for it. I mean, it looks lovely, but not my favorite way. And when you stop, you can backstitch, or like me, you can end in that starting hole and pull your threads long and tie it off in the back. Where are we? Right there. And I'm going to finish this off right at the machine here. Pull my top thread through. Tie it off. I can't see the chat. I will catch up in a moment. Oh my gosh, my hands quit working. Here we go. You can see all the base coat on my fingers, can't you? Messy, messy, messy. Come on, keep going. There we go. So I tie mine off in 3 notes. And I like to burn those if I have a lighter handy. There's one. And then we're going to fold our lining piece down like so. They should match up pretty good. And you can clip them if you like. I'm just going to hold them in place. We're going to make sure that we lift the exterior piece out of the way. And you will see the little triangle there. You want to try to catch that. We're going to go down, across the bottom and up, and seal up that pocket. I like to backstitch over the teeth as well and catch that little triangle. It's not the end of the world if you don't catch the triangle. I just think it makes it a little more secure. My machine's going to hate me because now I'm sewing through an interfaced cotton fabric. But it's fine. It just puckers a little bit, but it's a lining pocket. I'm not too worried about it. Don't believe I did not interface that. I hope it's the only thing I forgot to interface. Up the other side. Okay. All right. In the wrong way. It's skipping stitches on your industrial. Yeah, I would rethread your machine first and take your bobbin in and out and fix that. Check your bobbin. Oh, Dawn's already told you all this. I usually stick with a size 18 needle on my industrial and it works fine. How are you doing, Cynthia? Are you done? You're okay with your zipper going the way you have it? Aw, Kim, you should reach out to one of us. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to trim off my zipper and my seam allowances, making sure I am not cutting this exterior part. Along the bottom too. Aw, Cynthia. Okay. You know, you can message me tomorrow and I'll help you too. Learning on an industrial, I mean, you've only had it a couple days. It took me about 2 weeks to get used to doing it. But then it'll be an extension of you. So, okay. So I will power through because I think I'm sewing alone now. And Kim and Cynthia, please do reach out to me if you need any help with your industrials tomorrow. I see, and Dawn says that she will help as well. Okay, so that's that front pocket done. And it should work. Don't get frustrated with it though, Cynthia. I promise you, you are going to love her. Okay. I'm going to check. Oh, no. Oh, and she's dry. I'm going to put my last layer of edge coat on this. If it's thicker, try going up to a 20, Kim. Okay, so if at any time I'm going too fast, please do stop me, okay, guys? Alexa, set 20-minute timer.
Second timer, 20 minutes, starting now.
Oh, Alexa, cancel first timer.
You have two 20-minute timers on this device.
Oh my gosh.
A 20-minute timer with about 19 minutes and 56 seconds left, and on Studio One, a 20-minute timer with about 8 minutes and 45 seconds left. Which one do you want to cancel?
The second one?
You have two 20-minute
Oh my
timers
gosh.
on this device. A 20-minute timer with about 19 minutes and 39 seconds left, and on Studio One, a 20-minute timer with about 8 minutes and 28 seconds left. Which one do you want to cancel?
The 8-minute one.
You don't have a timer for 8 minutes, but there are timers for 20 minutes.
I give up. I'm not used to the knee lift and my little drawer is on the other side of my table. Oh! Yeah, I guess so. That knee lift will be your best friend, Cynthia. I promise. Okay. So that is section D done. We're pretty much following the pattern here. So now we want to find our front slip pocket pieces. So I'm pretty much following the pattern as per what it is laid out as. So let me find my piece. Hopefully I have it labeled. Back pocket lining, front slip pocket is this one. Okay. You want to find the width that is the same as this one. So I'll flip this upside down. So this way, it's the wrong way. You want it to be this way. So it's the same width. I'm going to fold it right sides together. I'm so excited for you guys getting your industrials. That's awesome. But yes, reach out to the group. We're all friends. We're all here to help each other. Did I do that wrong? Oh no, okay, wait. I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so this pocket's a little different than the ones we usually do. So when you fold it right sides together like that, you're going to just clip the long side, and then we are going to sew across that with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So just across there. Okay, and then we're going to turn the tube out, and then we are going to top stitch both of those sides. We'll do that all at the machine. So 3/8 across the straight bottom edge, not the sides. All of this at the machine here. It's really fast. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn our tube through the side. Actually, I'm going to have to, maybe I don't have to. I'm going to just try to finger press best I can. So now you have the seam side, which we want at the bottom. So I'm going to use some clips to kind of hold that seam nice and tight so I don't have to take it to the iron and iron it. It's because it's waterproof canvas. It doesn't lay super flat after doing that. So look for another clips. Okay, so now we're going to top stitch down the two finished edges, so the two long sides with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance across the bottom. Now this pocket is the most perfect cell phone pocket. It fits my iPhone, my giant iPhone 15 Pro Max perfectly. Just love this pattern so much. Okay, and then top stitch, finger press that top edge. And top stitch across there as well. Just threw my scissors on the floor. Don't bend that way anymore. Okay. Okay, let's see. Mine is set at 2,000, if that helps. My machine is running at 2,000. I don't go faster than that. Okay, so we have our little slip pocket thingy here and this panel here. Now what we want to do is make sure that we have the zipper pocket up and out of the way, so just kind of flip it up towards the top. And we're once again going to measure, I'm actually going to use some double-sided tape. No, I'm going to use clips. I'll be fine. From the bottom of this pocket, we're going to go 3/4 of an inch up and line the slip pocket right up there, and it'll go side to side and just clip in place. like so. Make sure it's nice and straight. Kind of wishing I kept this for my personal bag I'm going to be making. I wonder if I've got more of it. Oh well. Okay. Do you know what I did wrong? That's okay. This bottom edge we didn't need to top stitch right away. I'm just going to do a second row of top stitching, so it won't be a big deal. Should have just top stitched the top edge. But now we're going to baste the side, top stitch it across the bottom, which I've already done, but now I have an open pocket, so I've got to do it again. And then up the other side. Okay. For pocket piece. It's up and out of the way. I'm just going to do decorative, a second decorative line there, because I made a mistake. That's okay. I could have just followed the same top stitch line too, but I just did a second one really close to it. Alrighty. Okay, let me catch up. It's 1900, no 2000. I have a servo motor which has the speed reducer on it, so 1900, is that that must be the fastest it goes? Oh no, lowered it to 2520. Try it at 1900 and try that. I bet you that'll work well for you. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So I have an iPhone 14, oops, or iPhone 15 Pro Max, like the big one. And look how good it fits in this pocket. Like amazing. Alexa, cancel. Alexa, cancel. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we can set that aside for now. And now we want to work on our card slot piece. Now this is something I learned new. I've never done card slots this way, but oh my gosh, genius. So I've got my card slot back piece as well. I kind of kept them together. I'll put that one aside. Just got to cut. Remember to interface this one, so that's good. So I'm just going to cut off my excess interfacing. And I swear this one goes so fast. It's genius how she does this. Okay, so once again, I can't tell you guys the measurements on the back of this. You'll see me drawing them out because you can't really read my numbers on my ruler because they're wearing out. So you want to look at, we're on page 16, section F. And let me just acquaint myself. Okay, so I am going to mark it as per the pattern. Okay, so go ahead and do that as per the pattern measurements. And make sure you label these as well. So like this one is line A, so we know that's at the top, and she has it. So I write an A there, and then I go to my next one. So we go ahead and we mark them all down, making sure they're nice and straight. And I swear this is just such a fast way. Okay, make sure I do my markings right. What am I doing here? There we go. My brain shut off there for a moment. Did you see that? No, she isn't listening, Cynthia. It doesn't help that I have two in this room because I like my music stereo. I got one on each side of the room. It's a fairly large room, so. I think I got one more. That's right. So we got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, now this is what's really cool. So I would usually take this to my iron to do it, but I'm going to clip it and then I will go and iron it. So you're going to keep the wrong side up. Oh, I did this wrong. I wonder if it'll still work. Okay, I need to slow down and watch. We have to do the markings on the right side, okay? So let's do this again. Sorry, guys. It says transfer all of the markings on the right side of the card slot panel. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. Sorry. I'm used to marking on the wrong side. Make sure you use an erasable pen for this. I'll just do it quickly. I apologize. It's because I'm moving too fast because I want to get this part done for us. Inch. I make so many mistakes when I sew too, trust me guys. You see me making them in these classes. Then I'll show you the magic that is making these card slots. It's just amazing. It's such a great technique. So you guys will also see that I had to release the tutorial to the public side. Now the reason I had to do that is in exchange for getting coupon codes, I have to give a date to the designers when I'll release the tutorial for them. So because we are behind in classes, I told her it would be released this week because I thought we would have been done classes last Thursday. But so I released it, but that's okay. They don't have access to these classes, so GH. Okay. You're not paid. That's okay, Diane. Okay, so now what we want to do is, I'll make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so you see where the A line is there, and here's our B line, okay? So we're going to take our B line, and we're going to press it. You could definitely take it to your iron and press it. I'm going to do it later, but I'm just going to fold it right now. And we're going to take that B line pinched in, and we are going to line it up to that A line. This just blows my mind. And I'm just going to use some clips to hold it in place, and then I'll take it over to the iron here momentarily. Okay, give it a good finger press. Next, we're going to go down to the D line and do the same thing and bring it up to the C line. And line it up. So this one, the reason I drew on the back is we're so used to drawing those marks on the back and then starting our folds from there. But this way is just so amazing. Clip it in place. Again, I would usually do this at an iron, but I can't bring it over here. Then we take the F line, finger press it there along that line, and bring it up to the E line. How fast is this? Isn't it amazing? And then the last one, the H line, same thing. Up, hold on it, and bring it up. Look how even those are. It's magic. Okay, and then I'm going to take a card before I press these. If I can find one. I'll use my Value Village card. I'm just going to make sure the depth is good.
And it is, and you'll know if you've done it right because this should be pretty much the same size. It's a little bit bigger, but we can trim that up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give that a big press at my machine, okay? I know, Dawn, how did we not know that? Isn't that the most simplest way of doing card slots? And look, it's perfect. So perfect. Okay, so I'll put this back up so you guys don't have to look at my messy table. You can look at my messy room. I'm going to go give this a really quick press. Over here where it's even messier, lots of steam. Okay, I'm going to check my edge painting really fast before we go and do this. That needs a little bit more drying, not quite there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, so this should measure what it says in the pattern. And I have a little bit too much on my bottom. So at the very top of page 17, section C, it tells you how tall this should be. And I'm just going to trim it off of the bottom part. Oops. Let me flip this around. Sorry, guys. So the pattern tells you how tall this should be. I can already tell that this isn't straight, so I'm going to straighten it out because that was uneven there. And you should actually be able to put this down. So these should be the same height. That's the height it is in the pattern. So I'm actually going to use this piece to trim off from the bottom. Just that little itty bitty bit. Is that going to work? Or maybe from the top. I'm going to do it kind of evenly. I'm going to use my ruler, sorry. Trying to see how much I got. I think I have too much on the top, so I'm going to trim it to the top. And it's because my top is uneven, see? That is why. Now they should be the same, and they are. I don't see why not, Dawn. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to find my center of this, to draw my center line, because we're going to do a bunch of this at the beginning. So it tells us, she tells us to measure in to the halfway mark. So that is the measurement is on step number 7. And draw that center line down, like so. So now at the machine, what we're going to do is we're going to fold all of these back, and we are going to top stitch each of the card slots. And then we're going to baste the sides, Alexa, off. And we're also going to do our center line here. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go back down, because I like to do a double stitch just to add extra stability. Okay, Wanda, reach out if you need anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to fold the top part to the back like so, and top stitch that first folded line. That's one done, so we can take that one, fold it to the back like so, and do the next one. like so. And take that one, fold it back, do the next one. And then the last one. Okay, fold them all back up together where they want to go. Face down the sides to hold those card slots in place. That's one side. Now the opposite side. I think this is the fastest I have ever made card slots in my whole life. I usually curse them, and this is the easiest way in the whole world. It's just, thank you so much, Sandeep, right? She is brilliant. Okay, and then to split those in two, I'm going to start at the bottom. And I also like to do a little bit of a back stitch over each of the folds. Again, just to make it so there's more security so those stitches don't pop with use, because these will get used a lot. Okay, when I get to the top, I'm going to put my needle down, pivot around the other way, and go down that same row of stitching just to give it even more strength. Card slot's done. Bam. Amazing. Do I have everybody there still? Okay, I'm going to quickly put my color onto this because we're almost to the point where we need this, so I need it to be dry. Oh no, do you have some faulty thread there, Kim, I bet? I got thread off of Amazon once that did that. I ended up having to toss it. Alexa, 20-minute timer, please.
20 minutes, starting now.
Oh, it took the one behind me. So this is my color coat. Once I have a nice smooth edge, the color goes on super nice. I wish that we all lived closer so we could come over and help each other. Okay. How does that look? It's so dark in here, I'm having a hard time seeing. Looks like I'm evenly coated on all edges, so that's my color coat done. And I just have my protecting gloss coat, and then I can add that into this. Hopefully it'll be good timing. But see, our edge coating is not scary. It's fast. I said if you have problems with some of the tools, seriously try to use a skewer like this. I can't do it with any other tool. This is the only way I'm successful. Okay, back to card slots. So now we're going to take our card slots and our card slot back, and we're going to put them right sides together. Clip along the top. They should be the same size. Kim, Cassia's thread is good thread, but I do find on the end it does sometimes shred when you're trying to put it in your needle. So what I do is when I go to thread it, I kind of burn the end of the thread and then put it in my needle. Give that a try and see. I have never had a problem with almond thread ever. But I do find that Cassius thread, when you're going to thread it into the needle, is sometimes shreds, but normally if I just burn that end off a little bit, it kind of makes it sticky a little bit, and then it goes in the needle really good. I love her colors. Like, I do have 2 of her threads, and I do use them. Okay, so we want to leave about a 5-inch opening on the bottom for turning. And then we are going to go, so we're on step 8. We're going to go here, backstitch all the way around with 3/8 inch seam allowance and backstitch. Okay. And once we get this front pocket done, the rest of the bag goes super fast. It's actually a super easy bag. This is the most time-consuming part. Yep. Up. Oopsies. Around. Easy peasy. Oh, Kim, I feel your pain. Oh, good point, Dawn. Yes, that's exactly. Loosen that tension disc a little bit. I said, once you get the tension right, I don't have problems with Cassius thread at all once I do. Okay, so this is what we got. We got the opening in the bottom. We're going to trim up these corners on an angle as close as we can to our stitching. We're not going to trim the seam allowance along where the open edge is, just on the corners. All 4 corners. Cynthia, are you still there? And then trim up the seam allowances along the top and the sides. Okay, and then once that's done, you can go ahead and turn this right side out. We want to poke out all the corners really good. All 4. Check something here. It's just my son messaging me. Oops, what am I getting caught on? Card slot. You want to make sure your corners are really pointy as they can go. So I'm going to quickly take this to my iron. I'm going to fold the seam allowance where the opening is down into itself. And I'm going to give this whole thing a really good press. Okay? So fold those raw edges in there and give it a press in and give the whole thing a press. So I will be right back. Okay? Ooh, it's hot iron. Oops, I'm tripping on stuff now. My goodness. My machine doesn't like a full bobbin either, you guys. It does not. Okay, so this is what we got so far. We got our folded in edges here. I'm actually just going to put a little piece of double-sided tape there to hold that closed because my waterproof canvas doesn't always like to hold that crease and we don't want it to move. Just a tiny piece. Just hold my layers together until I top stitch it in place later. Coco says hi, everybody. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm just going to make sure where to put my little card, that my cards still fit in there. You want to make sure there's at least 1/8 of an inch on each of these sides because we will be putting those in place. Perfection. Okay, and now we can go ahead and along this top edge here, just along here, we're going to go ahead and top stitch that. Okay. I'll just leave it on that camera for now. Alrighty. There we go. Kim, you're not annoying. It's all good. This is what we're all here for. Again, I wish I could be there to help you better, so. Okay. Card slot's done. Okay, moving on to page 18. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to get the flat part done today. And then I think everybody is going to need to get caught up because I know we're having problems with machines and what have you. And then Thursday, maybe we will run an extra hour longer to get it finished if we need to do that. Does that sound good to everybody? So we'll get the flap done today. And then Thursday, maybe 2 or 3 hours. Does that work for everybody? Okay, let me put just back down to table. Okay, so we got our guts done. So these are the insides of our flap. They're going to be kind of like so. Now what we want to do is we want to grab our front pocket pieces. Again, once we're done this pocket, the rest of the bag comes together so fast. Oh, you like my hair? I curled it today. Okay. So first thing we want to do is we want to mark our top and bottom centers. So again, I'm just going to do small snips in them. Awesome. And anybody that needs help with homework tomorrow, say, like I know Cynthia May, Kim May, Cheryl and Wanda even, message me and maybe we can find a time and we can all meet up and like do a FaceTime or something, or I can do like a little private YouTube thing we could all join and we can sew together, or we could FaceTime on Facebook and sew together and I can help you. I just have to know enough in advance so I actually get dressed and put on my face and stuff. But that is all part of your guys' membership, and part of being a friend is I am here for you, and I have done FaceTimes with people during the week in between classes with many people who have needed help. If you need that help, just reach out. I'm more than willing to do that. Now in December, if you need help, I'm only working till 12 o'clock Pacific time those days, because that is my kind of like my vacation time. I only work half days, so. All right, so that is open to all of you. So please do reach out if you need me, even if you're watching this after the fact. If you are a member that has joined this class like 6 months from now and you need help, reach out to me. I'm glad to help you. Okay, so now on our lining piece, we want to mark where we will be putting our male side of our magnetic snaps. Now I like to do my male parts with the little nubbins on the part that moves, because they aren't the prettiest part of the magnetic snap. I think the female part is, just like in real life, right? Females are prettier. I'm not talking parts here, I'm just talking girls are pretty. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. So what we're gonna do, first off, I'm gonna make sure that my piece is the right size, because I can already tell I cut it way too big. Look at that. So let me just trim this up properly. I was obviously a lazy cutting. What is it on this one? That one's good. Please hold. Let me fix this. I cut it too big. We definitely want it to fit properly, so. I am such a lazy cutter. You guys know that. But we don't want this being too big. So I'm going to fix it. I should have changed my rotary blade too. My cheap pink thing that I got from Amazon is not good. I'm actually going to go and buy, they have a pink Olfa one at Catch's Quilt Shop here in Kamloops, and I'm going to go buy myself one this weekend. But this one just, the roller's starting to pop, like the container, or the pink part, it's just not good. But it was only $9, so. PJs are good. Yeah, I really got gussied up. I actually was practicing doing my hair for my husband's Christmas party. So I don't usually curl my hair. It doesn't hold curl, but I have like this new curling tool and I had to give it a try. It worked well. Okay, so on my pattern piece, I've actually popped out the center placements of where my magnetic snaps go. And I'm going to line it up and draw it on the wrong side. You could draw it on the right side too if you're using a non-marking pen. I'm going to remark my center because I cut it off. Without my makeup on, I look like my brother. I don't want to look like my brother. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the male side of my magnetic snaps there. I'm also going to back them with some Decaville heavy scraps. Come off. Come off. I gotta find some washers. I'm missing a washer. Found them. Thanks, Diane. I wish I had naturally curly hair, but I don't. Dawn's texting me with funny stuff. making me laugh. Dawn, your message came on my watch. You're making me laugh. Okay, so I'm going to mark them on the lining side. Again, install your magnetic snaps as per your manufacturer's instructions. I'm also going to grab my bin of scraps Decaville Heavy pieces. All my scraps I always cut into little squares on my Decaville Heavy. Nothing goes to waste. I think Brady's home. I'm going to mark where I'm cutting my prongs here as well. Oh, Quilter Select rotary cutter. I'll have to look into those too. That is very true, Kim. We always want what we don't have, right? I said high school, I was the typical late 80s, early 90s girl, teenage girl with the spiral permed hair, like tight, and my bangs were up to here. Like my bangs are pretty big already. This is small compared to what I used to wear. I miss those days. I liked my big frizzy hair. And they weren't even professional jobs. My mom used to spiral perm my hair for me. And it was the stinky stuff back in the day. Okay, I'm going to install those. Come here. My hands aren't working. In there. I am not used. Waterproof canvas is just so slippery. I am a cotton girl for sure, but these prints are just so pretty. Okay, so I got my prongs in. There we go. I just use the end of my table, and I always close my prongs to the center. I know most people close them to the outside. I don't really think there is a right or a wrong way. I've never had them come off, so. Okay, so that's one. Do my other one. And once again, once we get past this flap, it's pretty good. And then I always take my mallet and I just kind of give them a little bit of a smack. And then I use my Gorilla Tape. Oh, Alexa, cancel. Get this tape on and then...
20-minute timer stopped on Studio One.
Oh, really, Kim? I made my mom do it to me. I think she was happy when I got a job. My first job at Wendy's. I worked at Wendy's for 10 years, you guys. Time I was 15 till, all through university. I was pregnant with Brady when I worked there, or both the boys when I worked there too. So, all right. So, I'm going to quickly put my protecting gloss. So I like, this one is the shiny one. I have a matte one and I have a shiny one. I also have the iridescent ones. I don't need to set the timer for this one because I'll be able to tell if it's dry. It's my protecting gloss. And it just gives it that nice sheen. So, see, don't be scared of edge coating. Look how fast and easy it can be. Little practice and then you will be all on board just like me. I had a day last week of just edge coating Trisco wallets and men's wallets. And would you believe all of the men's wallets, I made 7, all sold. And my men's wallets that I had from last year all sold. It's crazy. All right, that's edge coating done. My label, I put, we'll get to it. I actually put it in the right-hand corner of this. We're about to get there. So if you look at the picture, if you're not doing the pocket like we are, you can put it there. I said I wish I had my bag, but I sold it. But I'm going to actually put mine right now in the bottom right-hand corner. Excuse me, I'm choking here. Grab a drink of water. Diane, I did the men's trifold wallets by Sonar. I should have did a tutorial when I was making them, but I just wanted to get some made because I sold out all of the ones. I actually had 8, I don't remember, of the men's that I've had for like 2 years and they never ever sold. And I only sell them for $45. Never ever sold. And then market before last, I sold all those ones and I'm like, what the heck? I was glad. And then I made more. And they all sold. And I made 4 more Triskells and I have 3 of those left. I sold 3 Triskells in all and have the 3 left. So, okay. Nameplate. It's been a weird market year. Okay, so this is where you get to decide where you want to put your nameplate. I'm going to put mine in my lower right-hand corner of my flap here. So my exterior. And again, everybody's measurements are different because all of our labels are different, whether you're using a handmade label or what have you. Getting some of the sewing done? Awesome. And Cynthia, you heard me that if you want a sewing buddy tomorrow, let me know. Just let me know so I have time to like get pretty. So, okay, so you got to keep in mind the seam allowance will be 3/8 of an inch to there. You want it to be a little ways from there. So I think I don't remember what I put mine. Then you got to think of it 3/8 of an inch up as well. So I want my center to be right about there of my whatchamacallit, label. So I'm going to draw my center line there and a straight line across there. And that is going to be my label placement. So kind of just eyeball it. Again, take into account what it will look like without those seam allowances in and if you're going to want it there. So I think that's going to work for mine. So I'm going to go ahead and install it there. I had to order more gunmetal nut. Oh, these labels, I get them from Bruce Wang at the Ali Biba. It's the same person that Sarah Lawson gets hers from. And they're so expensive. I'm almost out of matte black and gunmetal. You have to order 100 of each color at a time. They come from China. And it's $185 US for the 200 pieces. And 59 US of that is just shipping, like, but I need them. So thankfully I didn't have to order all 7 colors. When I had to order all 7 colors, that hurt my bank account a little bit. But gunmetal and matte black seem to be my popular ones this year, so I had to order more. If anybody wants to order labels, I can always give you my guy. He's really good. Okay, I'm gonna wipe away my marks there before I put this in so I don't forget about them. Again, baby wet ones, I use them to wipe off everything. And they smell so good. Now can I see my holes? There they are. Make sure I don't put it in upside down. Already have deckable heavy fused to the back of this, so I don't need to put on another piece. Okay, again, making sure my label is nice and straight with the bottom before I press my prongs down permanent. And then I put tape on the back of that as well. Okay, I'm hoping that my flap thingy will dry in time. Okay, so this is what our flap pieces look like. We have the male side of our snaps here and our nameplate here. And we are done with this pattern piece. Next, we are at, let me find where we're at, page 18, step number 5 of section G. So we want to take this piece here, flip it around so this straight edge is at the bottom, and we want to take our card slots. Where's my ruler? And we want to measure up Oh, you guys can see my roots there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. 7/8 of an inch from the bottom. And I gotta recut my center because I cut it off. One sec. Make sure your center is definitely your center. Yes, Cheryl, he did. He made the custom logo. That was expensive. That cost, just for the die alone to make it, but they keep it on hand, was $79 US. So the first one was really expensive. But then they keep the die that you can use over and over and over again. So I've been getting them for 4 years now, and they just use the same die. But yeah, he did up some mock-ups and everything for me. It was great. You just kind of give him an idea of what you want. Okay, so I'm measuring up 7/8 of an inch. I have right at my center mark, right on the 6 of my ruler. So I can line it up with the center mark of my card slots. Now make sure your card slots are opening up, so up towards your magnetic snaps. You can use pins, but I'm using waterproof canvas, so I don't want to put holes in that. So I'm going to just put a little bit of double-sided tape along the bottom edge, so that bottom edge where we have that opening. And then line it up nice and centered at that 7/8 of an inch mark. You could draw a line too if you wanted to. And I'm just drawing my center line of my card slots with my center mark here. Make sure it looks nice and centered. That looks good to me. Feel good? That looks, does that look even? I think so. Yeah, pretty even. Okay, and then we're going to sew top stitch down this side, across the bottom, and that's going to seal up that turning hole here. And then up this side too. Do not sew the top because you want to keep that slip pocket open. Okay? So I'm just going to switch it to just this camera here because I think you guys can see what I'm doing from that camera. And sew that into place. Make sure to backstitch. Now these seams here, they will feel thick because that's where all of our accordion seams meet up. So you may need a hump jumper. I think I'm okay. Across the bottom. Pop up the corners nicely as I wanted, but that's okay. Alrighty. Done that right. So this is how these are going to end up being. So when you open up your flap, so the flap will be sitting on your bag like this. So when you open it up, your card slots are going to be on the inside of the flap. Okay, so we got time. Good. We're going to get this part done. Now what you want to look for is your 2 accordion gusset pieces. This is what I love about this flap, because most bags with this wallet thing, you have a flap that just flaps open and lays straight. This one's accordioned. It's just amazing. Cheryl, make sure you message or email me and remind me to send you the name of the guy that does mine. I said I got it off of Sarah Lawson. So, okay, so we're going to take these accordion pieces. So we are on step 8 on page 18. So we want to take these and we want to put them at right sides together in half like so. Put along that side. Okay, same with the other one. Yeah, definitely do, Cheryl, or I'll forget, or anybody else watching this that ends up wanting to know. Bruce is great. I said I got it from watching a Sarah Lawson thing, so he's just who I went with. Okay, let me just double check the seam allowance. I feel like I'm missing something. 1 second. Okay, the accordion gusset is on a different page. I skipped it. It was in the preparation section. That's why. Where are you? Okay. So the accordion gusset assembly for these is on page 13, step 4. So we fold them like this, and then we're going to go and sew these sides with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, turn through the tubes, and then top stitch those 2 finished sides, okay? So let's go do that. So 3/8. I'm going to chainsaw these because I can. And I ran out of thread. 1 moment, please. Okay, so my 2 partial bobbins I got through. Now I can go to my full bobbin. Let me just finish up that one again because I ran out of thread. Where'd you go? There you go. That looks so messy. So many threads. Okay. Okay, then turn those tubes right side out. Press that seam that we just did. Kind of like what we did with the card slots. Or the slip pocket, I mean. And then we're going to top stitch the 2 finished edges. That's what I mixed up for that little slip pocket. But it still worked out. So these are the finished edges of our gussets. Okay, so we're going to top stitch the folded side and the seam side. Now rather than cutting my thread, I'm actually going to baste the raw edges. I don't think it says to do that in the pattern, but it doesn't hurt to do it. It's just going to be easier for me because then I don't have to cut my thread. Oh, now I'm having tension issues. You see what's happening there? What's going on, machine? There's something in the world of sewing that's messing up everybody's tension on their machines today. Holy. Let me check it. Have we fixed ourselves? I think so. Bizarre. Sometimes it can just be from a bobbin that didn't wind properly, or the bobbin being too full. I really only fill my bobbins about 2/3 of the way. I don't fill them all the way because they get temperamental. This one was pretty full. You gonna like me now? What is my tension doing? Let's loosen it up a bit. I had perfect tension on the other bobbin. I think we're okay now. Okay, so 2 sides is basted and the 2 finished sides are top stitched. Okay, good. Same with the other one. Checking the tension. Looks like it's okay now. My bobbin just must have been stuck a little bit. Now it's telling me to tighten it. It's my bobbin is doing some weird stuff. Okay, this is a prime example. Okay, see what my machine is doing here, guys? It's my bobbin. Lesson on machine. See, look what it did. You guys see that? Oops, you can't see that. Over here, see? That's what my bobbin was doing, and that's why it was catching. So I'm just going to pull some of the thread out and restrand it. And try again. I got some pieces stuck in there. There we go. Grr. I know we're close to being done, guys, but I really want to just get this flap done if you don't mind holding on with me. Okay. Luckily, it was acting up on the basted side, so that's good. Didn't mess up my pretty top stitching at all. Okay, and now it's okay. Let's check my tension. And down the other side. Oh my goodness, that shouldn't have taken that much time. I'm so sorry. But I'm happy it happened on these little pieces rather than, say, on an actual important top stitch, right? All right. My bobbin was too full, yeah. Yep. Okay. We're almost there. We might get it done in time. So now we want to go back to page 18. Now what we're going to do, I'm just going to read it to make sure I do this right. So you want to make sure that's the raw edges of these that we have lined up with the sides here, okay? And our finished top stitch edges are along the tops and the bottom. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Okay, I'm actually going to burn my edges a little bit here. Look at, though, all of us industrial people sewing today had issues. Man, oh man. Okay. Place the tab on top edge. I'm not doing the tab yet. Wait. Number 8. Okay. So we want to keep from the bottom corners 5/8 of an inch up, and that is where we're going to align the raw edge of one side of our accordion pocket. So I'm at 5/8. It's going to go right there, and I'm going to clip it in place. Okay, and same with the opposite side. Again, make sure it's one of the raw edges that you are clipping there. So 5/8 of an inch up from the bottom. Oops, going inward, sorry, like so. And clip in place. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and baste those in place. You behave, Miss Machine, Miss Tiffany. Just down the sides. One side done. Two sides done. All right. We're getting there. Thirsty. Okay. Oh, now this is the test. Are we dry? Because I need you now. Yeah, baby, we're dry. So you see, I did the edge painting of the pieces I needed. I actually would have edge painted my lining pieces as well, but I didn't. I'll just do that a different time. So we can use this now. So I do want to find where my center is on this. Where's my center? I'm just using my table here and I'm going to mark the center. I don't want to fold it in half because it's too thick. I'll tell you what the center is in a moment here. So it may be different for everybody depending how you cut it, but my center is at 1 3/8 of an inch. So I just kind of used a pen and marked it there. Now you want to think about which side of this you want to be showing against the bag. So the side that you think is the prettiest with your stitching, because I know sometimes your bobbin stitching doesn't look as good as your other stitching. But this will be like this, and this is where our turn lock is going to be, right? You got to decide which side I like better. They're both not bad. So put your right side, so the side that you like the most, right sides together like so. Line up the center mark with the top center of your exterior. Clip it in place. And then measure to make sure it is definitely centered. I think mine is. Yep. And then baste that in place. Messy, messy, messy. Just with an 1/8 of an inch. So that's what that looks like. And now we're on page 19, step number 10. We're going to take these two pieces. We're going to put them right sides together. Make sure your accordions are inside. We're not going to be stitching across this bottom, but I'm still going to clip that center just so nothing shifts. I'm going to line up the center that we snipped here. And clip it in place. So we are going to run just a little bit over just so we can get this whole flap on. Is that okay with everybody? I hope so, because I'm staying on to do it. It shouldn't take too much more time. This is the most time consuming part of the bag, is this front pocket. The rest goes together super easy. Maybe the next trickiest part is doing the hidden connectors, but they're not terrible. We've done them before. Awesome, Kim. Okay, so once we have that all in place, make sure it's all sitting flat, we're going to go ahead, we're going to leave the bottom open, and we're going to sew around here with 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll put us on both screens now. I'm going to double check my tension again. Going through 2 layers. Because now I don't trust my tension. That's good. Have to tighten it a little bit. You'll end up learning how to read your stitches really well. Okay, I'm good now. Okay, so 3/8 of an inch all the way around, but not across the bottom. Take your curves nicely so you got a nice shape to this flap. I'm too tight. Because I'm using such a thick vinyl, I'm actually going to go around with the second row of stitching within the seam allowance, just so I know that my threads are not stressed out, and because I'm not trusting this bobbin altogether very much, just to make sure everything is where it needs to be. But I am using a very thick vinyl, so I'll probably be doing that with most of my seams. Okay, so if you don't need to go around again, you can stop there, but I'm going to go around with another one with then 1/8 of an inch into the seam allowance beside that row stitching I just did. Bye, Cheryl. Oh, you're not going to be doing the hidden connectors? It works great as a crossbody too. Okay, so now what we want to do, where are they? If I can find my pinking shears, where'd they go? They're missing. I lost my pinking shears. Oh, there they are. Okay, so I'm going to just take my pinking shears around the curves as close to my stitching as I can, like 1/8 of an inch or so. And the other seam allowances I'm going to trim up. But not along the bottom. I think I was overzealous thinking we get the whole exterior done. Man, oh man. Okay, and then you can go ahead and you can turn it right side out. Now, this is where you may have decided that you just want to not fuse your deckable heavy in. You can just push it in, but like afterwards. In the pattern, she sticks it in after she turns it out, but it's not too bad to turn out. So I may have to, because my deckable heavy is pulling away a bit, I may just have to heat up my board, and that'll be it. But we're also going to go in with some top stitching, which is going to hold that in place as well. This is really, really thick vinyl I'm using. It's one of my Indonesian vinyls that I got last year. Hard to believe it's been a year since I went to Indonesia. It was a year ago today I left for Indonesia. It's crazy how fast time has gone. So you want to take your time to make sure your seams look really good, because this is like the focal point of the bag. See, look how nice that looks. Okay. I'm just going to roll those seams a little bit. We're going to be top stitching this here momentarily. And then I think we will be finished with this part. We can finish the other part of the flap next time. If we end up having to schedule another day, we'll schedule another day too. Okay. And I'm also going to go ahead and clip this raw edge, because we're going to baste the raw edge, and then we're going to do 2 lines of top stitching around, one at 1/8 of an inch and one at 1/4 of an inch. And that's going to make sure that deckable heavy piece is nice and secure in place. So you want to make sure your wings are out like this. Okay? Let me just double check that I'm doing this right. No, I lied. We do want to fold the wings inwards, like so. So you want to pull those nice and tight and clip them in place as well. You want them in. So pull that seam nice and tight. Same with the opposite side. I really, really love this lining fabric. It's so pretty. Said I'm not used to working with the waterproof canvas, but I just love these prints. Okay. Just like that. And now we're going to go ahead. We're going to baste the bottom closed. And we're going to do 1/8 of an inch top stitch all the way around, and then go in and do a second line of top stitching all the way around. I am debating, we may finish this flap up. We're almost done the whole flap. We will see. What a mess. Holy moly. Okay, and I'm going to check my tension because I'm going through much more thickness, so I'm going to just make sure my tension is good with that much more thickness. That side is good, and that side is good. Good girl. It's important to commend your machine when she does well. So baste along the bottom. Okay, and this is where your magnetic snaps may want to stick a little bit, so make sure you're kind of lifting them up. So 1/8 of an inch up. That's going to put those gussets on that one side in place. Make sure your stitches look good. I do. Can't really see the underside, but check it out here momentarily. You want to make it look this, what it looks like on this side. It looks good. Make sure your tab is pulled nice and tight. finish the base across the bottom, and then go in and do another row of top stitching at 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to keep going across the bottom and stop for my second row. And again, this one is just to make sure that that Decoville heavy piece is not going to move. Make sure everything's laying flat under there, and it is. I'm not very good at letting the machine do these corners. That's why I always hand crank. I always feel I have a little more control of the shape of the top stitching if I do that. Done. She looks gorgeous. Okay, let me just reacquaint myself with the next step because I believe it's super fast and I think we want to just get it done. And it is. We're just going to get it done. Okay. So we're going to take this piece now, the finished one with the slip pocket. You're going to fold out, so this is what this looks like on that side. You're going to fold out one side here. So this is the other raw side of your gusset. And you're going to line it up with the slip pocket. See where the slip pocket is? You're going to line up the bottom of the gusset with the bottom of the slip pocket and clip it in place. Cynthia, that is good for the round areas, and that's when you're going to become friends with your knee lift. Because I use my knee lift to lift my needle up at that point, or to lift my presser foot up. Just leave my, find out what we, excuse me. Okay, and then we're going to baste that in place with 1/8 inch, and then at the machine we're going to do the same with the other side of the gusset and the other side of that pocket. Okay. So this is when the measurements of our pocket placement, can't talk anymore, was important, because otherwise this would be all wacky. Okay, that's one side. Oops. And look at my thread just shredded. What the heck? There's a curse out there on us today, you guys. We're all having the same problems. How bizarre, how bizarre. And I have a new needle in too. Let me rethread it. In there. Snip. See, Dave just texted and it looks like he's working 2 hours late, so I think it is a good night to be naughty and order in some Chinese food. Chinese food isn't the best for me, but it's okay. Okay, so again, so that's one side done. We're going to pop open this side. We're going to line it up with the opposite side. Line up the bottom with the bottom of the slip pocket again. Clip it in place and then baste that in place. And after this, there's one more step, and then the flap is pretty much done, besides the turn lock, which will be homework. I'll show you what we're going to do next at the table, and we'll come back to the machine. You're sorry, Kim, because I'm having the same problems you guys are. It's all good. Okay, so this is what this looks like so far. So we got our pocket and slip pocket there and that. Now we want to finish this off. So we have our center snip here, and we have our center snip on the back one. So you're going to line those up like so. And clip it in place. Kind of fold it all down. It should fit all the way across. Should be the same width. The gusset will fold in like so. I just love how this comes together. It is just magical. Same at this side. Just right. I want to make sure I'm not doing this premature. I think this is what I'm doing next. I lied. We'll do the rest later. I skipped a step. So that is all we're going to do for today. Do not sew up this bottom part yet. We have to put on some side panels here and finish up the main panel before we do that. So this is it. So this is what we did today. This is the most time-consuming part, but look how lovely it looks. Like we got our phone pocket here, our zipper pocket, our card slots. Homework, I want you to put the female side of your turn lock nice and centered on the tab part. So make sure it's nice and centered on there. So that'll be homework. What else is homework? Your straps and your crossbody strap, but really you don't need those right away. You can put those on whenever. But yes, so turn lock. Put the female side of your turn lock on there, and that is homework. But isn't it amazing? I'm glad I looked at the instructions and we didn't do that part. I got ahead of myself. So this is half of our front panel done already. So the front panel will be fast. The back panel will be fast. Yeah, we'll see what we get through. If we don't get through it all on Thursday, then maybe we'll meet up again on Friday or on the weekend and we can get it done. But I'm hoping we can get it all done on Friday or on Thursday. I'm not sure. I can kind of see some little wrinkles here from my Decavol Heavy. So what I'll do is I'll warm up my wool mat with my iron and I will kind of push it up against it and I'll take all those wrinkles out for me. So yay. Again, if you have any questions as you're working through it, please do reach out to me. I do not mind helping out at all. And I don't believe that's all we've gotten done so far. Oh, month's almost over. So yeah. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for hanging on that extra 20 minutes with me so we can at least get this part of the flap done. Again, remember to do your turn lock. Reach out to me tomorrow if you need any help, and I'll see you guys on Thursday at 3. We will start right at 3 sharp. We got lots to get through, and hopefully we can get through most of it. Oh, also for homework, if you could please, just in case we get this far, I don't know if we will, but if you could please get your lining pockets the way you want them done. So that would be your zipper pocket and your slip pockets if you're doing them. So do those on your lining pieces for homework as well. So turn lock and your lining pockets that you want to do in whatever way you want to do it, okay? And then we will see how far we can get. I am going to say we are going to be on for 3 hours on Thursday to get it all done, okay? So if everybody can join me, that's great. I will be staying on until the bag is done. We'll just say that. And it's up to you guys if you want to stay with me or not. But I'm going to get it all recorded that day. So yeah, your lining pocket's done and your turn lock done. And then yeah, the rest is pretty much just straight sewing. It's pretty easy going forward. The next hardest part is going to be the hidden connectors. But we've done that together before with the Lola. So I know that I don't think there's anybody new. Well, there might be a few new people. So any new people that are tuning into this after, if you need extra help, just please do reach out to me. All right? Okay, I will see you guys all later again. I'll talk to you tomorrow if you need a hand. Cheryl, remember to message me even though I know you're not here right now. And yeah, have a great night, everybody. Love, guys. Bye.